Good evening, welcome to the Airstream meeting for July. Apologies about that, we had a small technical difficulty there, but we're back and I hope we've got sound. If you're out there watching, let us know. Fairly standard agenda tonight, some fundraising items. We've got Daniel here from the Aslan team to give us a review on the recent LAN, which was a 24-hour LAN and very successful, I believe. He's got a bit of a slideshow for you as well. Some news on Maker Faire and other system-related news, as well as a few updates related to NodeDB and a few small network topics of things that have happened recently. I don't believe there was a network team meeting this month as yet due to some postponement, but there's a couple of guys from the team here tonight, so if you do have any questions about network topics or anything else for that matter, let us know on the chat or on the YouTube stream as well. You can leave a message on there and we'll endeavour to answer any queries that you have tonight. So if you're online, thanks for viewing, and I think we'll get right into it with Daniel and Aslan. Thanks,
yes,
Daniel.
Thank you. Okay, so Aslan was 2 weeks ago. We ran it for the first time as a 24-hour, or a 27-hour in our case, Aslan. I think it's the first time we've done that in the history of Aslan, so it was very exciting for us. Dubbed the big one, so if we can go to the next one. Okay, so how did we go with Aslan? We went good. And what I mean by that, just asking around on the night, it was a very good atmosphere. Everyone was enjoying themselves. Everything was sort of working. We didn't have very many technical difficulties, except on my table, of course. But everything else worked really, really well. Numbers, we had 38 attendees. One of which was a free ticket winner, which we had a Minecraft event, Step in the Frame. We had a Minecraft event earlier in, 3 weeks or 4 weeks prior to, and he won a ticket to Aslan. We had a guest ticket given away for a guy called Matthew, who came down and showed us some stuff. I'll come to that a little later. 5 admins rocked up and had a few games. 2 volunteers who came and gave their time graciously, and 29 purchase tickets holders who attended the LAN. So that was really good. Your pointer's there. The event was held over over 2 days. It says nights, but days. We fired the event off on 7 o'clock on the Friday night, although a lot of you sort of turned up a bit earlier than that, but we fired off at 7 o'clock. We planned to go through to 10 o'clock the following day, but we kind of conked out, or most people left about 8 o'clock, so that's when we rounded it all up. There was a very active night on the Friday night. That seemed to be the most strongest activity, and it was very strong all the way through to about 7 a.m. I believe that they just kept going and going. I wasn't there the entire night, but I was told they didn't stop. Then it sort of slowed down a little bit. You know, obviously people eventually fell asleep either at the keyboard or somewhere else. But then it all picked up again after lunch, and it really did kick off really well. The venue wasn't fully completed, so we're very lucky to be able to use a venue. We use a hall at Paravista Lutheran Church, which the hall had only just sort of become available to us literally the day of the event. So we're very lucky to actually have it. We had alternative arrangements, but it wasn't quite complete, so the next time we go there, it's going to be complete. It's going to be a really nice venue, and it's going to be really exciting for us, actually. We're looking forward to it. Okay. We had a barbecue there, because we didn't have the usual kitchen we normally would have, so we did a barbecue, which we had a few volunteers help us out with that, and it was very successful. That was really, really helpful. North Point Toyota had done us a big solid by lending us, or the community event, a barbecue trailer complete with food and drink for us to sell to raise money, and that was done at no charge. I've got a photo of it in there, we'll have a look at it, but that was really helpful to the event, so we're very, very happy for them, and they just keep our time. Well, thanks, we ran 4 meal times, obviously, just to make sure you're all fed, and we lost our picture, but that worked really, really well. I'm using that as a cue, John, so I don't know what I'm saying next.
Oh, you guys are great. Yeah, if it was me on that.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Like magic. You'll be
I was just waiting till it brings it back up because I put it all in the PowerPoint.
There you are.
Okay, we ran the competitions, but in my haste of getting here in time, I did not bring the results. Sorry about that, but we will post them on our website once our website's fully operational. I wonder what the next screen is. Good.
Technology gods are not shining on us this evening.
Not tonight, no. I'm just waiting for my script to come back. Or you can just tell me what it says next.
I can't see it either at the moment.
Oh dear.
Somewhere.
They broke it on me.
Okay. Hang on. No.
Could you get it around? Click it around.
Yeah, I'll try and find a window again.
We're fixing it, I promise.
Tell us more.
Tell us more. Okay, so what you would have seen had the screen been up, you would have seen some pictures, yeah. So if you can hit next for me. Oh, the pictures. Yeah, we've got pictures.
Alright, it's coming, I promise.
We're going to get pictures, hopefully.
Sure. That's what I was.
Quality event, this is. Yeah.
No, I don't trust the issue.
No, that's right. And rebooting.
That's out, right?
I hope Sean's good at editing.
He's got a whole lot to edit out tonight.
Oh dear.
I think the other one was better.
It worked.
The other one is partially working. There was only some windows it didn't show.
I'll put the PowerPoint somewhere where you guys can look at it if you guys want.
I took a number of photos there too, so we might put that on.
Yeah, definitely.
Onto their site as well.
I can find the photos and hold my phone up maybe.
I was up with
Screen. Might actually that display detection.
Hey!
Nice one, gentlemen. Alright, carry
Now
on.
the question is it in the stream now?
Well, we don't
Of
know.
course not.
Doesn't
I
matter.
think that's where you're at.
Yeah, so you guys can see the pictures there. So what we've got there, I'm going to move out of frame a little bit, Sean, but anyway, what we've got over here is we sort of had two tables lined up along the center, and then we had another table that sort of went along the side. So we had a total of possible 30 or 42 people available spaces, and we filled 38 of them. So that was pretty cool. We also had this little lounge thing here. If you can zoom in on that one. We dubbed it Sav's Lounge because Sav's the guy that brought it all. But what you see on the left of Sam there is a bunch of consoles he brought over from Victoria that were aged from, I think, somewhere 1979 through to now. So we had the original Ataris, the original Nintendos, and he had all that there, and he was talking to people about what it was like. So that generated conversation, community. It was really good having him there. And if you can see that there, they've got a TV there that was hooked up to a Raspberry Pi, which was emulating all of those technology he had behind him. So people were able to get there and have a bit of a play with it, and see the difference between, say, Jumpman versus COD 4. Very exciting stuff. So it was really good atmosphere. We're going to try and do something like that every time, but yeah, we've got to come up with the next ideas. Moving along, should be another round of photos. So you can see here, this is the barbecue. So they've used the back of a Hilux and converted it to a barbecue for us to use. It was fantastic. They even supplied the gas, everything really. And then we had some parents came and helped us out with the barbecue itself. It was really good. Unfortunately, the weather didn't treat them very kindly. It was really miserable weather. All right, so okay, and on the left, some of the prize winners. So if you know those faces, because I don't, you can see some of, they're not all the prizes, but there's some of the ones that were given away during the day. All right, so I might post them on Facebook with some more detail. Okay, How did we go? We got a new website, and I'll put there kind of, because unfortunately it got hacked about a week ago and just come offline accordingly. So we'll have that, I think it's almost finished being repaired. It'll be back up very soon. So when that website comes up, we're going to be using that to put out information. We'll still use Facebook and we'll still use the members' email. Okay, so money. We made $69.73 in the end, once we did all the books, which is a really successful event in my opinion, because we also had to buy 2 tables to fit the extra people that we didn't expect to come. So that's after the tables were paid for. And we also had a slightly higher cost because we went overnight, which we haven't done before. Next page. So there's a basic view of the spend and of what we did to do it. So the venue cost us $350. Because they've done them upgrades, they're going to come to me with a newer price. They're going to be a little bit more expensive next time we go there, so we're going to have to be watchful of that. But I'm not going to go through every single item, but you see we have administration, food, drinks, etc. The food and drinks were low because half of it was donated. But at the end of the day, we're in the positive. That's exactly what we made for. So I'm calling that a success, and I think we all do. Yeah, thank you. Alright, next one. Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of fun, it really was. So what did we walk away with, and what have we learnt? The first lesson we walked away with in this particular event is we're not doing 27 hours again. That is way too long. We're going to limit it back to 24 maximum. I think we all agreed on that, to do that, because it was just a bit too much. The venue will be complete, and the venue we're using will have a inbuilt cafe. I don't know how that's going to affect the event, but there will be a cafe on site going forward. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I've said it earlier, the cost of the event will go up because of the changes of the venue, but I haven't heard what they will be yet. We'll learn that in due course, I imagine. Okay, the other thing that we're going to be working on, we don't think we executed the competitions well enough, so we're going to be working on this one to see if we can streamline them and make them a bit more easy to understand and that kind of stuff. Those are there and know what I'm talking about, so we'll try and streamline that this time around. Our next event is, boom, we've dubbed it Oktoberfest, and it will be held on the 27th and 28th of October. You can already, once the website's restored, which won't be long, can already buy tickets for it. So all that's already ready to go, so we've already started that process.
It's nice to be able to get to the booking site actually from the Airstream website.
Probably could. We'll have a look at another day, but yeah. Alright, so that's our next one. We're going to be pushing that one out as of now. I ask everyone who's watching and everyone who's here, spread the word. We want a bigger event than we did last time. We really want to push it. It was a great atmosphere. Everyone was smiling, everyone was having a good time. We really want to build on that. So keep going. Tickets available now. In the background, we've been communicating with Uraidland and Street Geek, who are other land people who do things in the other parts of Adelaide. What we're working towards is sort of getting a bit of working together happening to basically boost all the lands. So we haven't really done much yet other than communicate, but what they've done so far for us is they've put our name out there at their lands. And we're going to start doing the same to try and, drum up interest across the board. So we're still negotiating that, but that is happening.
Yeah, awesome.
And what else is happening? And don't forget that we've got pre-LAN events where prizes can be won, which we're going to be doing leading up to LAN 2. So we did one to try it out, which was the Minecraft one. That worked really well. We actually got a fair bit of interest out of that. So we're going to build on that and throw some competitions. So keep an eye on the place. You can still win prizes at your own home. I think there's one more slide. This is me saying thank you to the Airstream community and committee for allowing us to even do this. Without you guys and support from the committee and the Airstream, we wouldn't even be here. So a big thank you for that. The Aslan team itself, although I've only got me and Sam here tonight, the team put a tremendous effort in. I'm really happy with them and proud of them, so they did a really good job. And also Good Shepherd Church, who does the venue, also bent over backwards for us a little bit as well. So thank you everybody that was involved. Okay. And that was me for a very long-winded report.
Excellent. I was also going to just suggest that if you guys want to get more involved with the Aslan, pre-Aslan, Discord as well.
Oh, of course.
Seems to be very active.
Yeah. So what we've got there is we've got a Discord channel up. You can get the link straight off the Facebook page. So if you just search for Aslan in Facebook, you'll see the Discord link in the channel. We go on there. We've got multiple channels there. Just you can get on there. You can talk to other people. You can talk to people at LAN if you want, and talk to any of the admins if you have any questions. There's always someone on there. Believe it or not, it's stupid hours as well, Lazar. So yeah, definitely check out the Discord. Definitely join us and say hello.
There is an Aslan Steam page, and the Discord link is straight in front of that.
Oh, I did that too, didn't I? Forgot about that.
Love your work.
So is there any questions?
Any questions online or anything like that? Mr. Controller?
Is there going to be any other console stuff?
Any other
What were you
console
saying,
stuff?
Lloyd?
Well, I've talked to Matthew about coming back down. You may not be able to make the October one, but we'll work definitely towards consoles. We found that was very popular. The consoles are being used. We worked out almost half the land. So we're definitely considering doing something there, but I can't tell you what it looks like at this moment.
Thanks, Dan.
Cool.
And maybe we'll just quickly segue into Tony with his updates of
Yes.
other fundraising related matters. And I'll bring up that form for you
Yeah.
as well.
This is what? Yes, good evening. Regarding fundraising, there's first of all there's now 2 Bunnings barbecues in the pipeline. One at Woodville, which we're yet to hear of, and that just recently I also applied for one in Marion. So I've got no further news on that one, but as soon as I have confirmation, I'll be putting out a volunteer form to try and get people to help out. Now, we've once again we've got a stand in Maker Fair this year, which is on the first Sunday in November. We've actually expanded our stand a little bit. We've got 2 tables instead of one we had last year. Last year it was a huge response. We had people there all day long. Typically, there was 3 or 4 of us. We were there pretty well all day long. So this year it'll probably be even bigger. So I'm hoping that we might get a few people, a few new people to come along, even for an hour or 2, just to help out, and also look at the whole fair, because there's a lot to see there, and you can come in, sit with us for a while, talk with us, get to know us. Perhaps a few of you haven't been involved with Airstream physically, and it would be probably a good opportunity to come in and meet the guys, meet the committee, and meet some of the other members. So I'll be putting out a volunteer form tomorrow with a link to a Google form, so you can put in your time, hopefully, to come in and spend a bit of time with us. Apart from that,
So you've broken it down into 3 time slots.
yes, there's 3. As you
People want to just think about it ahead of time.
Yeah, we're basically looking for people to come in, but hopefully we do need a little bit of time. The actual Maker Fair runs from 10 till 4, but there's some setting up to do in the before that, of course, and also some cleaning up afterwards. So that's why I've got it from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So and also, if you come in early, you'll get a better parking spot too, because
And
it gets
people
filled up.
can they can select multiple or a single time slot.
Whatever time you have available, whether it's a couple of hours or all day, it's entirely up to whatever time you've got. And if you come in all day, you can wander off every so often and look at the displays.
I remember the last time we've been, there isn't even enough time to go around and look at everything.
No, it's a vast, and it'll be apparently it's even bigger this year.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have a better area too this year.
Yeah, we're still working on a bit of the setup for
That's right.
network and things down there.
Yes.
It'd be good if we could get
And
that.
that's right, and hopefully we'll have an Airstream node allocated the university site. So, yeah, let's hopefully. Apart from that,
Pretty
I
good.
think that's pretty well it, Colin. And just hopefully we'll get some response back from you guys, and we'll see you all there.
Excellent. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, I put the link up on the screen there, guys. But we'll put that in the we'll put it into an email tomorrow, as Tony said, and otherwise maybe we'll put it in the video description or something as well. And that would be great if you can spare an hour or two, even if you live in the area, even better, because a lot of us aren't in the southern area there as well. All right, I just had a few things to show you. Someone asked a few weeks ago about how they can set up a AS number on their node in the NodeDB, and it didn't seem to be possible, or rather you couldn't see the existing ones that were in use. So that has now been tweaked. Let me just pick someone that probably doesn't have one assigned. I don't know. Does that have an AS number? Maybe. So there's a new field here in the bottom right on the edit node screen. You can clear it out if you don't want to assign one. Obviously there is a limited number of AS numbers because we're using the range that is considered not for internet use, and I don't know how many there are, a few hundred I think, isn't there? JB, you'd know that. Anyway, we have already used a lot of them, but this will show you what's available. So you can pick one of the available ones. If you've already got one assigned, it should already be there, so let me know if you've got any issues with that.
Check Ross Trevor.
Eh?
Check
Ross Trevor. Yeah, you're funny.
Just like,
You're funny, but we're out of time, sorry. Anyway, on to the next topic, which is subnet allocation. There was another bug which has been resolved, whereby when you were allocating yourself some subnet space, and you do that through this menu here on your node at the top, allocate IP space for a local area network, you can then pick one of the available subnets. When you were doing that, the reference to the subnet sometimes might have been missing from this list at the top, so that's been resolved as well. And thanks to those people who have reported those as you've been using it. I know there's still a few other issues that are ongoing, so bear with me on that, but it is a work in progress and a labour of love. No, but I think I mentioned at the last meeting as well, this is all now synchronising with a new DNS system as well, and Sam, the Sams and a few other people have been helping me out with that, so we'll be rolling that out network-wide pretty soon. I think they've already been running it as a mirror setup off the current DNS database that this pumps out. Seems to all be working okay, so I think we're pretty confident in switching that over soon. And if you're interested in doing that as well, you're welcome to host a DNS server if you can do so fairly reliably at your node, and preferably if your node is somewhat physically remote from where we already have some of the DNS servers located, so we can get a bit more network redundancy as well. There'll be plenty of more discussion on that coming up soon. So that's it for that at the moment. Sam, or actually, so network, a couple of the guys are here tonight have offered to just talk about the network items tonight. There was a recent upgrade at Highgate with something died, and I think Joseph was going to give us a view on that. I have got the slides up for you, the pictures. Are we still on? You good? Do you want to take us through the slides? I'll bring up the pictures.
yeah, no worries.
Gallery.
So Highgate went offline. What were we doing? We were trying to organise a site visit to Highgate to align the O'Halloran Hill link after the O'Halloran site moved. And we went on site to do that and found the access procedure had changed, and we started working through that with the guys there. And while that was happening, Highgate went offline completely. Well, not completely, mostly offline. Some of the link to Underdale, to the airport, and to a few other places was still up. There's some discussion, good discussion with the network team and committee and whatnot on what best to do. We ended up purchasing an atomic switch and a replacement Nucletic to, I think, 2011, I think, right? And Sam Tanuki and myself went on site a few weeks back now and replaced the existing router, which was a AirX SFP, which actually hadn't died. It was a power supply issue, but seeing that we had the new equipment, you can see there, the router board is the bottom one, the Natonix is above it. And so we installed that, got it all up and running, and yeah, it was all good. So Highgate's back going. And while we're there actually doing that, we got to realign the link to O'Halloran, so we got that from Neg 64 to Neg 54 or something in that order.
Awesome.
And that's running like a rocket now. So I think running like a rocket.
Literally?
Running like a Powerbeam 500 AC. I think there's probably a picture of that dish, but yes, thankfully Sam's pretty tall.
Rise, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the one with the radar, yes. Got a ladder and Sam's pretty tall, and we're able to align it while doing the old logged in web interface via the phone trick. So, yeah, that's the south west corner.
West.
So,
To the existing carrot.
yep, Carrick Link sector and the link to O'Halloran. So yeah, so we got that all sorted out. So and in the meantime, we've worked with the guys on getting the access process sorted out for that site and updating some of our doco and stuff. So which is really good. So
Excellent.
cool.
Anything else?
Some photos up on the gallery if you want to have a look through, but just the usual. That's some of the stuff. There's a little.
What died of that? Is it dead?
No, that's
Oh, it was-
none of the dead stuff. That's just.
Was it a
I
switch
think
mode?
the Alex.
That's the Alex
The Alex board was
Mm.
deadish or something.
No, it just hasn't been used.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's a whole bunch of other cabling and stuff. There's a little switches are beautiful. Look at that. That's a lovely.
Power splitter?
Lovely power splitter, 4-way
Nice.
DC power splitter. That's Sam's laptop in the box. But yeah, so that was a good trip.
Looks very nice.
Still there's some issues with the conduit pipe and things.
Yes, I believe, if I remember correctly, network team have another ticket open.
Yeah, there was another ticket for the
about,
conduit.
The conduit piping.
That wasn't ours though, it wasn't the other guys, was it? There's always one
We didn't
lower
look
one
at
that's
it.
not ours.
We didn't get time to look at it on the day.
'Cause know
I think it
it's
is, though.
deceiving, because when you walk out there, it looks like all ours are falling apart, but it's not actually ours.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
at the site that's unused and the usual thing with these buildings. So,
Mm.
yes,
Yeah.
but there is another ticket, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's there somewhere.
Yes, 799 is the ticket that you're referring to there, Tony.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Excellent, Ed. Thank you.
yeah, that's cool. All good. Thanks to Sam.
And thanks for taking some pics while you were there as well.
Yeah, no worries. I just got around to working today.
Thanks, Sam.
Sorry, mate. It's fine. Can go around.
Cool. So just talking about some,
Well, there are some SLS pictures, aren't there?
yeah,
Hang on, I've got another window. Ah. Pick one. I can hardly see him from here.
that one will do. That's the rocket. As you can
So-
see.
Yeah, what's going on down there?
So as you would have heard from the last previous meeting, we had issues with the power box falling off the pole. Yes, because of corrosion and because the power box went upside down, water got into it. So currently we're looking for people, volunteers to go there during a work day and finish that off. Mainly install the camera and do some final touches to the site,
Yeah,
just to make sure it doesn't happen again. I think that's still held up by cable tie. We want to move it to a metal hose clamp.
correct. Yeah.
So, because the cable tie will just corrode again. because of the salty environment, the cable ties are
Yeah.
useless.
Look at that, speaks for itself. Although I think they were actually submerged, those connectors.
Would it help to put a little film of RP7 or WD-40 on those exposed points?
No,
You don't really need to. It only did that
because
because
it's upside down.
it detached
No,
from
no,
the
I'm
knife,
saying,
but-
I mean, the corrosion, the actual corrosion on some of the ends. I know that's,
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, some of the clamps and
Yeah, it's
whatever.
pretty special.
It does kind of need special attention there, doesn't it? With
It's because it's right on the beat.
yeah,
Yeah, it's extreme.
wind
Yeah.
blasted.
You've got sand.
As you can see, if you open the rocket dish,
This one.
you can see the back of the thing that holds the
Oh yeah.
radome dome on is just
They
rusted.
actually get sandblasted there with the wind.
Constantly got salt water dripping off it, probably. Yeah.
Bearing in mind, commercial sites have similar issues.
Well, there's not much you can do to stop
No,
that.
no. Just at work, a micro backhaul went down Seaford Road today. Like in essence, the feed horn and the antenna and radio all fused together. Like the outdoor unit and everything was all fused together. You couldn't even like pull them apart from corrosion. So, and that's been there for like 3 years or something, or more, maybe 5 years.
But yes, the gear still looks pretty in good condition, other than the rust that's happening. The only reason the site was flying because the power box went upside down. So it's hose clamp on the power box, and maybe half yearly checks.
Yep.
Just to make sure nothing is getting that bad, and we can replace it before it falls off the.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think the basics have been done, but it just needs a final touch. And I believe we're consulting with the site owner there about a new camera, what
Yes.
to suggest. So also, if you have any suggestions on a good weatherproof outdoor camera, their camera was very popular, I believe, at that site because they could monitor the beach and the actual weather and everything using that. And whoever was using it found it very useful. So now that it's gone, they're looking for a new one, but we obviously want to put one there that won't get destroyed.
Wrecked because of it.
Yeah, so it's going to have to be something pretty.
The camera that was there initially was, I would say, it's pretty borderline indoor camera. I'm surprised it lasted long as it did.
Yeah.
Again, it was probably less than $100. That's right.
Alternatively, I suppose you could put it inside a weatherproof box somehow,
Sure.
with a window in it.
Looking through Vaseline or something.
Yeah. It is
Cool.
pretty good news.
And I think that was held up by cable ties as well.
So that also got dangling with a bit of water in it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So the hose clamp for that.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a fixed camera.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so if I could have put in the enclosure and sealed up and just have the
There's probably
lens.
options.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we just need someone with a bit of ingenuity to help out with it, and more importantly, if you're in the area and if you're available during the week.
Weekday.
I
Yeah,
think
weekday.
it's only a week job, isn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, Sammy. And also, Paco wanted to have a quick chat and just tell you what he's been up to, playing with some DNS stuff. I'll let you brief everyone on that.
Thanks. Yeah. So I've been playing around with NAS devices for a while, trying to get something to work. And the theme I've kind of gotten used of is kind of like the technical issues we've had here. It's just everything keeps failing. So for a while I was using a Raspberry Pi with just a USB 2 drive, and then running SMB and rsync and all these kind of things on that. I'm just kind of getting sick of it and getting too frustrated with it. So around a week ago I bought a couple secondhand Synology NAS devices. So it's kind of gotten expensive quickly, but I've just basically filled them up with drives. And so now my idea is to have them at 2 different locations, and hopefully I can just sync them using the Synology software. And that's one of the things I really like about it, is that rather than trying to play around with rsync and like figure it out on the command line, be like, oh, I don't know how this is going to work with Synology, because you're investing in a front end kind of thing, but it works really nicely.
Yeah, cool.
So this is just kind of me rambling about what I've been up to.
No, that's cool.
So hopefully if I can get a decent bit of bandwidth, I'll be able to synchronize them.
Yeah, I know a lot of the guys chat about those Synology units all the time as well.
Yeah.
It's a good quality unit.
Yeah. I just thought I'm sick of stuffing around. So
Yeah.
yeah.
They've got a proper UI, have they, that you can actually work from them, you don't have to use the command line, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still can, right? Like you can still do custom stuff as well as have their thing, or
I think you can I get behind the scenes. I think
Yeah.
it's just running maybe Debian or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
One of the things it didn't have was DNS crypt, so I've repurposed the Raspberry Pi with a new image just to run DNS crypt basically,
Right.
and so that's basically what I'm doing with that. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, just a lot of mucking around and trying to get things to work. So yeah.
That's cool, man.
Cheers.
Yeah, I just thought Fucker should mention what he's been doing, and if you guys are interested, of course, jump on any number of chat channels and things that we have, and you can maybe strike up a discussion about any of this stuff with us. We're always happy to do that, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, that's pretty much a wrap tonight, and unless you've got anything further from the online community out there, no. Everyone's probably tucked away in bed. It hasn't been that warm lately, so you've probably seen us huddling in multiple layers of jackets while we've been here for the last few streams anyway. But yeah, that's cool. Alright, we'll get on with it, and thanks for watching, of course. We'll see you next time, and you're always welcome to come down and see us in person. We'd love to see you. Have a good night.